Hey there. I wanted to send you a video to welcome you as we start this journey together. So if you're seeing this, then we likely just met and you're probably searching for a new job, which can be one of life's most challenging transitions, but it can also be pretty insightful and maybe lead to something rewarding. If you are just starting your job search, or maybe you've been applying for jobs for months without much success, I want you to know that you're not alone. And I also want to share with you something that often gets overlooked in a job search, and that is your own wellness and well being. It might seem secondary when you're so focused on landing that next role, but I've seen firsthand how crucial it is to a job seeker's success. So let's start by talking about what wellness actually means. It's not just about avoiding illness or managing stress, although those are important things. And it's a little bit more than what we hear self-care being described as on social media. Wellness is a dynamic, multidimensional state of being that encompasses your physical, mental, emotional, social, and financial health. The National Wellness Institute defines wellness as an active process through which people become aware of and make choices towards a more successful existence. Almost sounds like what a really great job search experience would look like as well. It's a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process of achieving your full potential. Wellness is multidimensional, and all those dimensions come together for it to be holistic. It encompasses a lifestyle that considers all these different aspects of your being and your day-to-day living. It's a way of life where your body, mind, and spirit are connected and integrated into your daily lifestyle. During a job search, wellness means maintaining balance and resilience while navigating uncertainty. It means taking care of yourself so you can bring your best self to your applications, your networking conversations, and your interviews. It means recognizing that you are more than your employment status. From working with job seekers, I have observed some common pitfalls that can impact well-being. First, there's the emotional impact of rejection. Each unanswered application or rejection email can chip away at your confidence. I think it's also maybe even a little worse when you don't hear anything at all and you get ghosted. And this is completely normal. But without the proper support, it can spiral into paralyzing self-doubt or even depression. Second, there's the financial pressure. So whether you're in between jobs or looking to leave a role that no longer serves you, financial stress adds urgency that can also cloud your judgment and maybe push you towards a role that isn't really right for you. Third, many job seekers experience identity disruption. If you've been laid off after being with a company for several years or laid off from a job that you really loved, you might be wondering, who am I without this job? Or if you've been applying for roles for several months without much luck, you might be wondering about your career and if you need to make a career shift. This questioning is natural, but it can also be destabilizing. Fourth, job searching often leads to irregular schedules. Without the structure of a workday, it's easy to let sleep patterns evolve to maybe where you're staying up too late, maybe sleeping in longer than normal. Exercise routines can easily fall away, and nutrition takes a backseat to convenience and comfort. And then there's also the social isolation aspect. Some of my best friends are people that I've met through previous jobs. Work provides a very necessary social connection, and without it, many people experience loneliness right at the moment when they need the most support. I've also noticed that Immediately after a job loss, many people are hesitant to reach out to their network. They don't want to have these conversations because it feels so heavy, or maybe they're judging themselves, which spirals into more isolation. So let's talk about the dimensions of wellness that need attention during your job search. And there's 6 that I want to talk about. First is your emotional wellness. And this involves acknowledging the feelings that you are having about the job search without letting them define you. It's okay to feel disappointed after rejection. It's okay to feel angry at your previous employer. But developing emotional resilience means that you're not carrying that feeling into your next opportunity, into your next conversation, into your next application. Second is your mental wellness, and this includes maintaining focus, clarity, and positive thought patterns. Your mind is your greatest asset in your job search, and you need to treat it accordingly. Third is your physical wellness, and this encompasses sleep, nutrition, and movement. Your body and brain need proper fuel and rest to perform at their best during interviewing and networking conversations. Next, I want to talk about social wellness, which means maintaining connections and building a support system. This isn't good for just your mental health. It's also how many people do find job opportunities. Then there's also your financial wellness, which involves creating a sustainable plan for this transition period. Maybe setting a budget that can actually help you reduce your anxiety by giving you a clearer picture of your situation, or it might mean picking up a part-time job so you have enough to cover your basic bills. And last is a dimension that probably doesn't get talked about as much, and that is your purpose wellness. And that might be closely connected to your identity. And that is about finding meaning beyond employment, meaning beyond a successful job search. You might look to define and step into your purpose wellness through volunteering, through learning a new skill, through helping others, maybe through mentoring. It's just something that brings you some fulfillment and that like boost of good feelings while you're going through this time period. So you might be thinking, that sounds lovely, but I need a job, not some wellness tips. And I just want to encourage you around why this matters. Research shows that candidates who manage their stress and maintain their wellness routines perform much better in interviews. When you take a few moments for your well-being, you put your mind and your emotions into a more positive, or even if it's just a more neutral state, that makes it easier for you to present your best self when interviewing or networking. Makes it easier for you to make better decisions around applying for jobs, deciding which stories to share in interviews, really mining the resources that you have available to you. And it means that you're better able at managing the roller coaster of a job search so that it doesn't impact other areas of your life too negatively. And I imagine that if you just think back to a time in life when you felt very confident in your career, were you doing other things to take care of yourself? What was your wellness like at that point? You probably have a lot of evidence in your own experiences around, when I was eating better, I did feel better. When I was taking time for me, I was able to show up better in my relationships with others. So as we work together, I encourage you to take your wellness as seriously as your job applications. Today, I invite you to do just one thing for your well-being. That might be take a short walk, call a friend, maybe write down 3 things you're grateful for despite the challenges ahead of you. For me, getting outside is always something that boosts my well-being, so I decided to come outside and film this video for you, even though I know that means you've heard cars in the background, you've seen my dog running around as well, which hopefully isn't too distracting, but it's just a small thing that I'm doing to help bring some light to my day. And it's a great example of remembering that prioritizing your wellness isn't selfish and it's not a distraction from your job search. It can actually be a strategic advantage because a healthier, more centered you will write better cover letters, interview more confidently, and make better decisions along the way. In our work together, we'll build your career strategy and also your wellness toolkit. I'm here to support you not just in finding your next job, but in thriving during the process. So, thank you for watching this if you've still been sticking around, and I look forward to our first coaching session together.